$120 in cash, a record high for Gabriel's wallet.
I have $120. You still want to sell that crocodile mask?
That's 120 sure enough. That mask is yours, sir. Here you go. Careful it don't bite you now.
Yeah, thanks.
Now don't you go forgetting your lagniappe. A free bottle of Master Gambling Oil.
The sign said I could get Lady Luck Oil instead.
Well, I was thinking a man as young as you wouldn't be needing that kind of remedy. But, you's having problems with your,
That's all right. Believe me, I don't need it. I'll just stick with this. Thanks anyway.
'Cause it ain't none of my business if you do need it now, huh?
I don't need it.
Oh, of course you don't.
The small bottle is labeled Master Gambling Oil. The crocodile mask is made of genuine crocodile head. It looks heavy, hot, and smelly. That doesn't seem to work that way. Gabriel doesn't want to put that on until he finds the ritual. It doesn't look too comfortable.
About that crocodile mask.
We don't give no refunds on headgear.
You know that Master Gambling Oil you gave me?
We don't give refunds on lagniappes, sir.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Man, I don't even know what language that is.
The Napoleon House is one of the quarter's very old, very classic neighborhood bars and restaurants. Gabriel is found here frequently. A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House. Gabriel can't do anything with the drummer on the street. Several fine old oils line the walls of the bar. An unhappy-looking man explores the dangers of drinking alone. That could only lead to trouble. The velvet chairs are getting a bit threadbare. Gabriel has spent enough hours sitting around this bar. A small table, recently deserted, holds the remains of someone's drink.
What do I need with a table?
A sharp-eyed gentleman in a gray sport coat hunches over a chessboard, chuckling to himself. Their tabletop has an inlaid chessboard.
What do I need with a table? Somebody's using it right now.
The velvet chairs are getting a bit threadbare. Gabriel has spent enough hours sitting around this bar. A man in a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard. The bar is a 19th century antique in lovingly polished walnut. The bar is a 19th century antique in lovingly polished walnut. The antique bar stools have been polished by a century's worth of patrons' derrieres. Stealing a bar stool would be a good way to get on the wrong side of Stonewall King. A young man is deep in conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain. This isn't that kind of bar. An old wooden table holds some drinks and an ashtray.
What do I need with a table?
A young woman is enjoying drinks with her boyfriend.
Kinda cute. Nah. 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 Better not. Her boyfriend doesn't look too friendly. Nah.
It's a bust of Napoleon. How apropos. If Gabriel tried to take the head, Stonewall would be on him like ducks on a June bug. The bar is a Gabriel and the bartender are old pals. His name is Stonewall King, and he knows everybody around here. Stealing a bar stool would be a good way to get on the wrong side of Stonewall King.
They aren't mine.
Several fine... A chandelier cast a dim glow over the room. A chandelier cast a dim...
Can I ask you some questions?
No. Now beat it.
That would be rude. That would be rude. That would be rude.
Can I ask you some questions?
No. Now beat it.
That would be rude.
Able was I ere I saw Elba. Able was I. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my sign?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it.
That would be rude. That would be rude.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my sign?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it.
That would be rude.
Hey, how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
That would be rude.
Hey, how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
You're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
Does this mean anything to you?
Man, get away from me with that, will you?
Does this mean anything to you?
Man, get away from me with that, will you?
Does this mean anything to you?
Man, get away from me with that, will you?
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
They say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Everybody's talking about them. It's starting to scare off the tourists.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I'd never want to live anywhere else.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
This city must get about 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You should probably find a book on the subject, you know?
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
People who believe in that stuff think it's a real special night. Magical.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about them?
No, just anything.
You ask the weirdest questions. I don't know anything about snakes.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Sure. She's kind of the patron saint of voodoo in New Orleans. Don't know too much about her, but the tourists sure get off on all that stuff.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
There's a voodoo museum in town. They'd know more about it than I do.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Come Mardi Gras, you see all kinds of masks in here.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? No. I prefer not to think about that kind of stuff, personally. Crime, perversion, weirdos. Just makes me depressed.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Never heard of it.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Are you kidding? Around here? Hope they aren't serving drinks.
Well, if they are, I don't think anyone in his right mind would want one. Does the phrase caprice encore mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
You know what goes in it?
I don't think it's a drink.
Oh, then I probably don't know anything about it.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. Now, I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say enough already.
Sounds like my life. Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
Business picking up?
Some, mostly locals as usual.
You ever get tired of tending bar for a living?
Never thought much about doing anything else.
The weather's pretty crappy out there today.
I wouldn't know. I never get out of here before dark.
This looks like a lively crowd.
Lively crowds are trouble. These guys just sit and drink. That makes me happy.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time. By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and such.
Really? Thanks. So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodoo-ien and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot. When they're not fighting, they're all over each other. In other words, they're in love.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
That's about all I can remember.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
I'd call you a regular, Gabe. And one of our local writer celebrities, too. Been coming in here, what, 10 years now?
Oh, don't remind me.
We're still waiting for that bestseller.
Don't hold your breath. What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
That's about all I can say about this crowd.
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
What do you guys do when you're not playing chess?
I used to be a jeweler. Marcus here was a butcher. Come to think of it, he still is. Now we just sit here and play chess all day. Actually, Marcus plays. I just sit here and let him win.
What do you guys do when you're not playing chess?
I used to be a jeweler. Marcus here was a butcher. Now we just... Actually...
You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever-loving day of my life for 20 years.
Nothing like a good game of chess, huh?
This isn't a good game, this is torture.
Oh, well, have fun. You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever...
You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever-loving day of my life for 20 years.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Got a second, Sam? It's about your game.
I don't have a game, that's my problem. Don't you touch those chess pieces while I'm gone, bastard.
I ain't never needed to cheat yet, you loser.
I thought you might be interested in this gambling oil.
Let me see that. Master Gambling Oil. What's it for?
Don't you ever wonder why Marcus wins every time?
Whoa, hold it. You really think Marcus uses this stuff?
Would I make something like that up?
Get out of here. Marcus would never use something like this.
Well, if that's what you want to believe. This is a powerful voodoo oil.
Ah, go on. Really?
This voodoo oil could make a nun get lucky.
Really? You think it really works, huh?
I'd stake my reputation as a novelist on it.
And you say Marcus uses this? That explains a lot. Let me see that bottle. This looks authentic.
Oh, it is.
If I could really beat that bastard. Stonewall, give me a pimp's cup, would you?
Coming up, Sam.
How much you think I ought to put in here?
Careful, you don't want to overdo it. Too much luck can be dangerous.
Ha! There's no such thing as too much. Now stand back.
Come on already, I'm ready to checkmate.
We'll see about that, Mr. Smarty Big Mouth. Checkmate! Checkmate, you bastard!
Son of a bitch.
20 years I've been waiting to say that. Checkmate! Checkmate! Checkmate!
You are the biggest butthead, Sam Singleton, that I have ever met.
Checkmate!
You can just put that chessboard where the sun don't shine.
Hallelujah! I did it! Yippee!
Nice game.
Nice game! Hell, I was brilliant! Course, I gotta give some of the credit to that oil of yours. I've been losing to that guy for 20 years. If you ever need a favor, you come to Sam, you hear?
Will do.
Gabriel has spent enough hours sitting around this bar.
Can I ask you some questions now?
Look, I'd be glad to help you out, but I've been stuck in this bar too long to know much about anything.
So, how do you feel now?
Couldn't be better.
It's a clay mold of Madame Cazeneux's snake bracelet.
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Well, I am a jeweler, you know. And I owe you one. Would you like me to cast this for you?
If you can.
You got it, pal. Actually, it'll be a pleasure to get my tools out. First time in years. I've been too busy playing that goddamn game. I'll have the bracelet later today. Right now, I feel like I could do anything. Meet me here in a few hours.
Great, thanks.
It has been overcast all week. The air has been moody and thick. Strange weather for June. St. Louis Cathedral. The original church on this site was built in 1724 and was named for Louis IX of France. That church burnt in the Great Fire of 1788. The present church dates from 1851. Those binoculars aren't going anywhere without a jackhammer. The Pontalba buildings are historical landmarks, built in 1849 and 1850 as residential apartments. The Presbytere. This building was begun by the Spaniards in 1795 after a fire in Jackson Square. It was intended for monks, but now houses historical exhibits. Gabriel is standing on the balcony of a building across the street from Jackson Square. On the balcony are 4 mounted binoculars. Jackson Square proper lies below. A fancy wrought iron railing marks the end of the balcony. Gabriel can't do that with the railing. Gabriel can't do that with the square from here. Gabriel is standing on the balcony of a building across the street from Jackson Square. On the balcony are 4 mounted binoculars. Those binoculars aren't going. 4 pairs of binoculars are rigorously mounted on the cement floor. A Cajun band, inventive as always with their instruments, is having a good old time on the lawn. Funny how catchy that toe tapping can be. Madame Lorelei's booth is deserted. Those binoculars.
Nice flowers. Not that a real man would notice something like that.
Four pairs. Those binoculars. That jazz band is pretty good. Of course, most jazz bands in New Orleans are. Iron lampposts add charm to Jackson Square and provide illumination at night.
Nice flowers. That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer? Huh, Crash and the drummer. Interesting. Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Now buzz off.
Right. Sorry. Does this mean anything to you?
Can't say that it does.
Does this mean anything to you?
Can't say that it does.
Sam, my man.
Hey there, it's you. I got that bracelet for you. This piece was a real toughie. For some reason, the metal just wasn't setting. I must be out of practice.
Well, it looks good to me. Thanks, Sam.
No problem. By the way, I'm heading out of town tonight.
Yeah? Well, too.
Marcus used to tell me that if I ever beat him at chess, he'd take me around the world. The old bastard has enough money stuffed in his mattress to cover the federal deficit, and he hates spending a penny of it. I'm going to enjoy watching him squirm through every mile.
Sounds like fun. Good luck.
Are you kidding? Luck is my middle name.
Sam's replica of Madame Casanova snake bracelet looks just like the original. Sam made the bracelet for Gabriel. He'd be insulted if Gabriel gave it back.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
So, how do you feel now?
Couldn't be better.
So, how do you feel now?
Couldn't be better.
That would be rude.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Gabriel can't... That doesn't work that way. A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House. Crash is huddled in a pew. He looks seriously ill.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Do you recognize this?
No.
Do you recognize this?
No.
Do you recognize this?
No.
I need to talk to you. Ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You are so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away!
I'm not like Mosley. I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Oh, forget it, man. It's not worth my breath.
Do you recognize this?
No.
Crashes in one of the pews. Someone is in that. Gabriel's calling is decided. The priest sided the. Someone is in that.
Come on.
I'm just too sick to waste my time.
Do you recognize this?
Where did you get that?
Why? Do you know something about it?
Know something about it? Look at this.
Crash opens his shirt and reveals a tattoo.
It's the same snake.
It's their sign, man. The bark of the snake. Without it, they'll never let you get close.
The sign of the snake, right. Your tattoo, my bracelet. Now do you believe that I know something about these people?
All right, yeah. You know about them. I guess.
Will you answer some questions for me now?
Okay, I'll talk to you. A little, but make it fast.
Tell me what you know about voodoo.
Look, take some advice. Stay away from this voodoo shit. You don't really want to know, man. Believe me. Do yourself a favor and leave me alone.
Come on, tell me what you know about voodoo.
I told you, man. Leave me alone. Can't you see I'm dying?
I want to know about the voodoo murders.
You're on the right track. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna risk my life by talking about it, man.
What can you tell me about Norris?
Man, can't you see I'm sick? Don't bug me with stupid questions.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
No! Don't say that name.
Why not?
It's evil, man.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The eyes. Snake's eyes. Damballa.
Okay, calm down. What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Nothing. Just leave me alone.
Do you have any idea what Capri San Call means?
I never heard of that.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
I don't know her. Honest.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
No. Leave me alone about that shit.
What do you mean? You've seen them, haven't you?
No. Not me. Leave me alone.
Tell me about the animal masks you've seen.
I said drop it, man.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? What the hell is that? Voodoo's voodoo, man.
Tell me what you know about Damballa.
No. Don't say that word. They'll hear you.
They who?
Shut up, man.
Tell me what you know about Damballa.
I told you. I can't talk about it.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I never heard of that.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
I never heard of that.
Oh, you look pretty sick. Shouldn't you be in a hospital?
Nah, a hospital wouldn't do nothing. Just leave me alone.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm sick. Dying. Eating the big enchilada, man. What the fuck else matters?
I saw you talking to that drummer. What did you tell him?
You saw me with the drummer? Nobody's supposed to see. Oh, shit! I blew it again. Promise you won't say nothing to no one. It'll get back to him. Everything does. Promise me you won't tell anyone you saw me.
Okay, but you have to tell me everything I want to know.
Okay, alright. I was sending a message, man. They have these Rada drummers posted around the quarter. They see everything, and they report.
Report? How?
The drums, man. It's some kind of code.
Now tell me what you know about voodoo.
All I know is these people are into some weird shit. They have power. Real power. They can write your name on a piece of paper, chew it, and you end up like minced meat. Like you've been through a grinder. They know things. In their heads. Things that no one ever knew about you. They know when you lie. They can smell it. They are fucking scary, man. I don't know if it's the devil or what, but it ain't no fake shit, man. It's real.
Crash, tell me more about this voodoo cartel.
I told you all I know. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Now tell me about the voodoo murders.
They did the murders. And that's not the only way they kill. No, they can get you from miles away. Just by saying your name.
Come on, you don't really believe that, do you?
No. I seen it, man. You can't cross them.
Tell me more about the voodoo murders.
There's nothing more to tell. They kill people.
Tell me about the Rada drums.
I already told you about that.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
They always meet outside somewhere that night. I saw them last year. Dancing and howling. You don't want to be anywhere near them.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I told you everything I know about that.
Now, tell me about the animal masks.
They wear them when they're dancing at their rituals. But they don't just wear them. They become them. They become the animals.
Stop talking nonsense.
It happens, man. That's all I know.
Now, tell me about the animal masks.
I told you everything I know.
Tell me what you know about a secret voodoo hound fall in New Orleans.
All right. There's this underground cartel in New Orleans. A voodoo cartel. They control everything that happens on the street. I mean everything that's bought or sold. They have fingers in the legit world too. Banks, foreign stuff, you name it. There's supposed to be this temple. What you said, a hound for. That's their headquarters, man. I heard people say it's underground, somewhere in the Quada. I don't know where, though.
Have you ever been there?
No. I've never been in it. I'm nobody, man. A runner, but I saw them once. Out at the lake. They became animals, man. Beasts. I remember the eyes. The eyes.
Hey, are you okay?
The eyes. The eyes of the snake.
I think I should go get a doctor. Hey, are you all right? Someone! I need help!
The eyes. The eyes of the snake. Dambala.
Crash?
Crash spasms twice more, then dies as Gabriel watches.
Oh my God. Oh, poor bastard.
Crash is dead. He's not going to be very communicative.
You've already got me, you lucky devil.
Crash's face shows signs of strangulation. His death was not a pleasant one. Moving the body is the job of the coroner's office. Moving the... On Crash's chest is a tattoo of a snake.
That tattoo looks like Casino's bracelet. I guess I'd better copy this tattoo.
The tracing is of a snake tattoo from Crash's chest. On Crash's chest is a tattoo of a snake.
That tattoo looks like Casino's bracelet.
One of the Getty drummers watches the police station.
That can't be good. Hey,
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
hey,
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch. I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Whew, boy, party time.
Gabriel could ask Grace to use her paints and put the tattoo on his chest, but he should wait until he's ready to use it. It would probably wash off in the shower.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond. That doesn't seem to work that way. Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Could you research Rada drums for me?
Rada drums? Sure. I don't think we have any books on that topic in the shop, but I'll contact our suppliers. Assuming any of them will extend you any credit.
Tell them it's an emergency.
Uh-huh. I can see where a Rada drum book would be incredibly urgent. Anything else?
I can't think of anything. Tell me about yourself, Grace.
What do you want to know?
Nothing, I guess. Never mind. Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht.
I'm looking for Wolfgang Ritter.
Ja, einen Moment.
Yeah, is this Gabriel on the phone?
This is Gabriel Knight. Why are you calling me, Mr. Ritter?
I've been having premonitions of great danger for you, Gabriel. You must leave New Orleans this very day.
What in the hell are you talking about?
It is hard to explain on the phone. I have had dreams about you. It took me a long time to have you tracked down. I knew that Heinz had a grandson, but until these dreams started, I did not know if I should contact you.
You say you're related to my grandfather?
Heinz was my brother. There is much about the family that you should know. Come to Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. It is our family home. I will tell you everything when you come. You must come immediately. You are in great danger there.
Look, I appreciate the family spirit and all, but frankly, I don't know you from Adam. And I'm not going to fly off to Germany, even if I could afford it.
Gabriel, please. If you won't listen, at least let me send you something. It is a journal from one of your ancestors. Promise me you will read it. You are the last of our line. I'm too old to carry on. You are our last hope. Please, for your family, read the journal.
All right, I'll look at it.
Good. Now be careful, and come to me as soon as you can. Goodbye.
I don't need to, thanks. My bathroom. I've got to get around to cleaning up in there. Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I can't. See you later.
See ya.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Hello?
It's me. I can't sleep.
Oh, me neither.
Can I...
Yes. Come.
Are you okay, Gabriel?
Sure. Great. Why?
I'm worried about you.
If I were any better, Grace, I'd be dead. Now what's up?
You got another package this morning. Overnight from Germany.
I was expecting that. Where is it?
Well, it kind of came open, but I salvaged the contents. There was a letter from your great-uncle Wolfgang and a journal.
The package just came open, huh? How'd you like the journal?
Someone has to look after you. You're in trouble, in case you didn't know it.
Yeah, you've been reading my horoscope again, haven't you, Grace?
Just read the journal carefully, Gabriel. Please.
I got it. St. George's books. Oh, Professor Hartridge. I'm glad you called. Did you? Oh, you did. You did. Oh, wait. Slow down. They agree. Really? You think that's them? We're within a wheel. Ogun agree, huh? Well, that does sound like it. Dambala, the snake. That's the wavy pattern at the bottom. Okay. The 1791 slave revolt in Santo Domingo? Well, why would the Veve show up there? Uh-huh. Okay. Look, I'll come over as soon as I can, okay? Relax, Professor. I'm excited too, but you're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Okay, thanks. See ya.
I wish you'd tell me what's going on. I swear you're gonna step into a hole you may never get out of.
Don't look so worried. No one knows what I'm doing. I'm perfectly safe, and I'm getting some great stuff for the book. Besides, there's something about all this. My dreams.
What about your dreams?
Oh, nothing. I'll be careful. I promise.
We got that book you ordered in this morning, the one on Rada drums.
Really? Great.
Grace actually managed to find a book under Rada drum code. The book contains several pages of Rada drum codes. The book contains Gunter Ritter's diary is leather-bound. Its parchment pages are old and fragile. The letter is addressed to Gabriel from Wolfgang Ritter. Wolfgang's letter says,
Dear Gabriel, please read the enclosed journal carefully. It might help you understand your family's special obligations and our current predicament. God be with you. Uncle Wolfgang.
Wolfgang's letter says,
Dear Gabriel, God be with you.
Gunter Ritter's diary is leather-bound. Its part... Gabriel reads through the pages Wolfgang marked. He reads of Gunter Ritter's journey to Charleston as a witch hunter, hired by the townsmen to solve a series of ritualistic murders. He reads about Gunter's meeting with the beautiful slave woman, Tetelo, and of Gunter's tormenting urges for her.
Poor bastard.
He reads of their physical union and passion, and of Gunter's investigation into the murders. The victims were all crew members on a certain slaving expedition to Africa, it seems. The second to the last entry describes Gunter's plan to set a trap for the coven committing the murders. He'd found a name on one of the surviving members of the crew, a man now living in the West Indies. Gunter has spread a false rumor that the man is returning to Charleston. He himself will impersonate a sailor and allow himself to fall into the hands of the coven. Naturally, Gunter has arranged for able-bodied assistants to follow and attack the coven before they can do him harm.
Ballsy son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Gabriel turns to the final entry of the journal. Today's newspaper is on the counter. Times dated June 22nd, 1993. Disgusted with the state of the voodoo murder case, Gabriel turns right to his horoscope. The shadow upon you is no longer reversible.
Wonderful.
Times dated June. The shadow.
Wonderful.
Gabriel would rather use the phone in his studio for privacy.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international? Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international? No, I can't afford to call Germany again until I've figured more of this out.
Gabriel isn't in the mood to give a lecture.
Hey, Hartridge, what's the good word? Hartridge? Ah! Oh, God, not again.
Exotic fish lend even more color to the cluttered office.
You want me to talk to a fish?
Gabriel doesn't want to upset the fish. It's Hartridge's file cabinet. The filing cabinet is locked. It's an enormous stone head. Gabriel doesn't want to disturb Hartridge's treasures. It's an enormous... Gabriel... That mask is quite hideous. Gabriel doesn't want to disturb Hartridge's treasures. The squatter grins maliciously at Gabriel. Gabriel doesn't want to disturb Hartridge's treasures. The carved stone head looks African and is very old. Gabriel doesn't want to disturb Hartridge's treasures. wastebasket next to the desk is filled with crumpled paper. There's nothing of interest in the wastebasket. The visitor's chair looks unsteady and a little low to the ground. Gabriel doesn't feel comfortable sitting around here under the circumstances.
There must be something here about what Hartridge found out about that Veve.
This is a crime scene. Gabriel wants to disturb it as little as possible. This is a crime scene. Gabriel wants to disturb it as little as possible. Gabriel doesn't feel comfortable sitting around here under the circumstances. Gabriel...
He's looked better.
That would be up to the coroner. Whatever Hartridge may have learned, he can't share it with Gabriel now. At least not vocally.
I'm not touching that body.
An old globe sits atop Hartridge's file cabinet. Gabriel fights the urge to give the globe a spin. A round pottery vessel hangs from the ceiling. Gabriel doesn't want to disturb Hartridge's treasures. The shelves behind Hartridge's desk are full of old books. Gabriel's seen enough old books to last a lifetime. Whatever
I'm not touching. Damn, this is his notepad, but the top sheet's been taken. There must be something here about what Hartridge found out about that Veve.
This is a crime.
Hartridge's notes. This must be about the Veve.
Hartridge's notes are scribbled on the notepad paper.
Thank God Hartridge was a doodler.
Hartridge's notes are scribbled on the notepad paper. There's no reason to... Before leaving the university, Gabriel notifies campus security about Hartridge's body.
Why is it so dark in here? Dr. John? Hello? Uh-oh.
There's a beaten-up old fan in the window. It's silent at the moment.
Hi. Can I ask you just a few more questions? Anything new?
These is black days. Something in the air, you know? Black days.
Nice weather we're having.
Don't bother me. Can't you see I'm busy? St. John Eve coming. I got to be ready.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Could you look at this snake bracelet and tell me if you've seen anything like it before?
Nope. Never seen nothing like that.
Does this snake pattern look familiar to you at all? Have you noticed it on any of your customers, like as a tattoo?
Nope. Can't say as I have, me. Marine Corps, is it?
Yeah, could be. Thanks. Does any of this look familiar to you?
No, sir. Never seen anything like that before. Looked like a foreign language.
Posted on the door of the museum is a sign saying, closed today only. This time the door is actually locked. Posted on the door. Posted on the door of. Posted on. Posted on. Posted on the door.
What happened to you?
Who, me? Nothing. Why?
You're kind of a pale green color. Come here.
Pale green, you say? Charming.
What's that on your face?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Looks like a sparkly or something. Got it.
I love it when you pick stuff off my face, Grace.
Well, excuse me.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Before leaving the university, Gabriel notifies campus security about Hartridge's body.
Why is it so dark in here? Dr. John? Hello? Uh-oh.
That won't help get the python off Gabriel. That won't help get the python off Gabriel.
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
Why is it so dark in here? Dr. John? Hello? Uh-oh.
It's an electrical switch.
You bastard!
Good day, Mr. Knight.
That thing just tried to kill me.
He did. I am sorry. The museum is closed today, you see. We were not expecting visitors. But if you will excuse me, Mr. Knight, I must go look for him. He is incredibly valuable.
You don't need to ask twice. I'm out of here. By the way, you might want to lock your door the next time you're closed.
Not a bad idea. Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Posted on the door of the museum is a sign saying, closed today only. This time the door is actually locked. Posted on the
Welcome, Sika. You must be the one Dr. John called me about.
I guess so. My name is...
Wait! Gabriel Knight.
You're too quick for me.
Actually, Dr. John told me. You have come to the right place, Mr. Knight. Tell me how I can help.
A large, sluggish snake rests on the floor of the fancy bird cage. Apparently, Magentia is not a fastidious housekeeper. A shed skin shares the cage with its original owner. Magentia's snake looks a little sickly, but Gabriel would still rather not stick his hand in the cage. It's an old-fashioned parlor lamp hung with crystals. It's already on, and Gabriel doesn't want to turn it off. Gabriel figures that many men have picked up things in Magentia's parlor, but he'd rather not. It's a large cluster of quartz crystals. Gabriel figures that whatever they do, Gabriel isn't interested. Magentia's bottles probably contain secret ritual concoctions. Gabriel figures that it's an old-fashioned pot. Gabriel is already the Moonbeam residence looks like a cross between a voodoo temple and a Victorian fortune teller's parlor, by way of Hate Street. The mask is made of carved wood and looks African. Gabriel figures there's a chest in the corner that looks like a carnival machine. The shelf holds a variety of unusual objects, the kind of thing Gabriel refers to as junk. Gabriel a large crystal ball is prominently displayed. Gabriel it's not that easy to get a message from the crystal ball. A small draped table displays a crystal ball. Gabriel an overstuffed red chair from the last century dominates the center of the room. Gabriel Magentia Moonbeam is wrapped in gauze and silks. She looks vaguely mysterious and mysteriously vague.
She's really not my type. Could I ask you a few questions?
Of course, Sika.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
My practice is mainly selling charms and potions with magic power, such as gree-gree and voodoo oils. You know, everything from unrequited love to wandering spouses to winning a lawsuit. But my spells and charms are powerful, and they work.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Much of a voodooienne's work is protecting her clients from the spells of others. I mix special protective gree-gree to be worn in secret. They keep evil spells from working against my clients.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
The recipes for voodoo charms have been handed down from master to apprentice for centuries.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I have told you all it is proper for you to know, Mr. Knight.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Why, that has nothing to do with me and my clientele. But I can tell you that you should stay as far from it as possible. There is badness there. Very bad.
So you don't think the voodoo aspects of the case are fake?
Fake? Let me tell you about fake. If I get information through the grapevine and make use of it, is that fake? No. That is part of a voodooienne's power. If people don't believe, there's not much I can do. But if they do believe, that is a part of my power too. But there are things, monsieur. Things not even a little bit fake, I can tell you. Believe it or not, but stay away from it.
What do you mean? Do you know something about the case?
I work hard on fine-tuning my spiritual antennae, Monsieur Knight. And I get a clear signal from that direction. Beware.
What can you tell me about Nolans?
Nolans is the center of voodoo practice in the United States.
What can you tell me about Nolans?
It is a fascinating city with many dark secrets.
What can you tell me about Nolans?
It is my favorite place in the world.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? You mean like my beloved Grimwald? She's a python, you know. Quite deadly in the wrong hands. I was trained by one of the great voodoo queens to learn how to hypnotize and handle snakes.
Tell me more about snakes.
Oh, I wouldn't want to give away my trade secrets.
Do you have any idea what Cabris and Call means?
No, I don't.
Do you know anything about Bebe?
I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Oh, yes. She was the first of the great voodoo queens.
Tell me about the animal masks.
I saw them used once or twice when I was younger, but you don't see them much anymore. They're too close.
Too close to what?
Just bad karma.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndful?
There are many voodoo churches in Nolans, no?
Yes, but have you heard of a secret voodoo houndful?
Wherever did you hear such a ridiculous story? There is no such thing.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
It is the oldest, darkest heart of voodoo.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
There are some things it's better not to know about, Monsieur Knight.
Does Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that.
Have you ever heard of Gambala?
I don't know anything about that.
Have you ever heard the word Schattenjäger?
I don't know anything about that.
Tell me about yourself.
Yes? What would you like to hear?
How did you get into this business?
I trained in the voodoo arts for many years with the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Who's she?
You have never heard of her? For shame. I can see you know little of the world of magic.
I'm beginning to get that impression, yes. What kind of people come to see you?
Seekers after the truth, such as yourself.
Do you do anything else?
I'm a voodooian. That is plenty. It takes much spiritual effort.
How many voodooians are there?
No one knows exactly. Many practice in secret. There are probably hundreds. But of course, the level and the power of the voodooians differ greatly, depending on their training and natural gifts.
Tell me anything at all.
I haven't always lived in Nolens. I came here from Kansas as a young woman.
Tell me anything at all.
I began studying voodoo more than 20 years ago. I'm well versed in the magical arts.
Tell me anything at all.
Many non-believers come to me. They are usually believers when they leave.
Tell me anything at all.
Dr. John sends me many seekers, such as yourself.
Tell me anything at all.
I am happy here with my clientele and my snake.
I can't think of anything.
Very well.
Give me an example of Gree-Gree.
All right. Here's an old one. Take a lodestone and some brimstone to a crossroads at midnight. Light the brimstone with a match. A spirit will come and give you advice in gambling.
Give me an example of Gree-Gree.
Here's an old hoodoo, Dr. Gree-Gree. Place a dime under your client's tongue. If the client is under a spell of any kind, the dime will turn black.
Give me an example of Gree-Gree.
To send someone away, take a rotten egg and write that person's name on it 9 times. You can also write on it where you want to send that person to. Take it and throw it against his door at midnight.
Give me an example of Gree-Gree.
Here's a nasty one. To kill someone, get a sock or shoe that belongs to that person. Put graveyard dirt in it and bury it under their front steps.
Does that work?
I don't know. I never tried it.
Give me an example of Gree-Gree.
To ensure the safety of your child, cut a lock of its hair while it is still a baby and keep it with you. The child must have all its hair before it can die.
These are interesting.
They're very old. The Gree-Gree that I prepare is much more powerful, I can assure you. But I don't give out those secrets.
Give me an example of Gree-Gree.
To ensure the safety...
These are...
They're very...
Give me...
To ensure... They're...
Dr. John tells me you're a voodoo practitioner of some kind.
Yes, I'm a voodooian. A voodoo priestess.
Nice place you've got here.
Thank you. For me, it's a sort of temple.
I can see that. Do you get many people in here on an average day?
Some days, the need for my power is greater than others. But I have many regular clients who would be lost without my vision, Mr. Knight.
I can imagine. That's a great-looking mask on the wall.
It's from Africa. A gift to me from Queen Tabitha.
Do you know Dr. John well?
Oh, yes. We are old friends. Those with gifts are often drawn together.
So let's say I came to you wanting to attract a woman. What would you advise?
I wouldn't think you have any trouble attracting women, Mr. Knight.
No, I guess I don't. So what advice do you give your clients?
I tell them to follow the light, be aware of the darkness, and always get expert spiritual advice from someone with the sight.
That's what I thought you'd say. Give me an example of Gree-Gree. What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve. It is the greatest night of the voodoo year. There is always a traditional conclave on St. John's Eve. Most of our voodoo churches these days hold functions in the church hall. But in the old days, they had ceremonies out in the wild. They wore animal masks and had a huge bonfire and dancing. I used to go when I was an apprentice. Sometimes in the swamp, you know, Bayou St. John. Sometimes at the lake, Lake Pontchartrain.
About Grimwald.
What about her?
Where did you get Grimwald?
She belonged to a traveling reptile show. She was being terribly mistreated, so I offered to buy her. She's named after a spirit guide I had once. The spirit Grimwald was a very powerful female snake priestess in Egyptian times.
Grimwald doesn't sound Egyptian.
I only know what the spirits tell me, monsieur. I'm sure they know better than we.
How did you learn how to handle Grimwald?
I told you, a great voodoo queen taught me. She learned from Marie Laveau herself.
Uh-huh. Fascinating. Would you consider giving me one of Grimwald's scales?
No, I couldn't do that. You might do some gree-gree of your own, no? One must be very careful with such things. Hair clippings, nail parings, and snake scales.
Are you sure you wouldn't consider giving me one of Grimwald's scales?
I told you, I couldn't do that.
Tell me anything at all.
You have to be careful when handling a snake. They're more delicate than they look.
I'll bet. Tell me anything at all.
Many people are afraid of snakes. Isn't that silly?
Totally. Tell me anything at all.
Snakes shed their skins from time to time. You have to be especially careful of them when they're shedding.
I'll keep it in mind. Tell me anything at all.
Grimwald is very responsive to vibration. She doesn't recognize her name, but if I stomp 3 times, she looks right at me.
How about showing me how you handle Grimwald?
Really? You would like to see me dance, perhaps?
That would be swell.
No matter what you see, do not be frightened.
I'll give it my best shot.
Magentia's movements are as liquid and sinuous as those of a snake. Except for a shared snake skin, the cage is currently empty.
There. Truly inspiring, isn't it?
That's certainly one word for it. Could I ask you a few...
Certainly. What a...
How about...
I won't make you wait, Monsieur Knight. I shall again amaze you.
You certainly will.
Gabriel grabs the shed snake skin while Magenta is otherwise occupied. She's a bit busy at the moment.
She's really not my type.
There. Truly inspiring, isn't it?
That's certainly one word for it. She's
Magentia Moonbeam is wrapped in gold. Magentia wouldn't like Gabriel having that. It's the shed skin from Moonbeam Snake. Gabriel magnifies the shed skin from Magenta Moonbeam Snake. The snake scales are hued brown. They don't match the scales from Lake Pontchartrain. It's the shed skin from Moonbeam Snake. The snake scales are hued brown. Magentia would... That doesn't work that way.
Does this mean anything to you?
It's beautiful. I love it.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, but if you know where I can buy one...
Sorry, it would be rather hard to find one these days.
Oh, well, so be it.
Magentia.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Yes, but we don't use those anymore.
Gabriel can't see a way to use that. That doesn't... Gabriel can't... Gabriel can't...
Does this mean anything to you?
These are magical symbols. Deep magic.
Really? Have you seen them before?
No.
Then how do you know they're magic symbols?
Seeker, my eyes are unveiled to see truly that which is in front of me.
Uh-huh. Thanks, ton.
Gabriel...
Could you look at this and tell me if you recognize anything about it?
That's from those voodoo murders, isn't it? That has nothing to do with me.
Gabriel can't see a way to use... That doesn't work.
Do these symbols mean anything to you?
Ah, the voodoo code. It is very secret, yes. I studied it with my mentor, the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Great. Can you tell me what it says?
I'm afraid I could never translate this code for an outsider such as yourself, Monsieur Knight.
Gabriel can't see...
Could I ask you a few more questions?
Certainly.
Are you sure you can't translate this for me?
As I said, it's a very secret code.
Surely you can see I'm trying to learn as much as I can here. How am I supposed to become an insider if you won't help me?
That's true, I suppose. Perhaps if the Loa were to grant you their approval.
How do I get that?
By using my Ask the Loa machine.
A machine?
Yes. A spirit guided me to it years ago in an antique store. And its guidance has never faltered. I trust it implicitly.
I see.
The spirits often work in mysterious ways, Mr. Knight. If you aren't willing to ask...
No, I'll ask. Let's see here.